everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video on how I got into Boston University. It's a great school and I love going here, and I feel like it could be very helpful to listen to one person's experience and applying and getting into your school of your dreams, or just a school that you're considering going to. I know the college application process is so meticulous and stressful, and just like it's a lot to do and a lot to take in, and you kind of have to put in your entire life, or like at least the past 4 years of your life, on paper, and it can be very intimidating. And I know when I was going through the process, I was kind of scrambling to find things that I did, but it kind of just naturally occurred to me that I was doing things in high school that could help me get into college, and these are some of those things. Let me just say, I'm not an admissions counselor. I don't work with the admissions office. This is just my personal experience, and this is definitely what I've seen to be true with people that I've talked to, and like people like college admissions panels and all these things that I've gone to. This is kind of like what is the consensus, I would say, and definitely has worked for me. So I'm going to start off with extracurriculars. So in high school, I tried my hand at a lot of different things because I wasn't really sure like what I was into. So the first thing I did since like 8th grade to sophomore/junior year, I kind of had like to quit halfway through, but that was track and field. I loved track and field, but I had a foot injury, so I had to quit that. But that's something that's like really good to put on a resume or college application as a sport, because it shows that you know how to work as a team, that you're hardworking. It kind of just shows that like you can do like a physical thing, if that matters. You don't really have to do a sport, but it's just something. Another thing I did was speech and debate for 2 years. I'll admit I kind of really hated that, and I wasn't very active on the team, but I was on the team, so I put that on my college apps, and yeah, that's just another extracurricular I did. And then I also did Technovation, which is like a program designed for girls, high school girls, to get into computer programming and business development and app coding, and just kind of get girls involved in the tech world. And I loved that. I loved what it stood for. The club itself was like okay, but I ended up having like a really good time. That, and I had a job. So I worked like my senior year of high school, I worked like 15 to 20 hours a week at a restaurant, and that was like so much experience and so many different things, like not only just like working together as like a team, but also like problem solving, customer service. Like you get so many skills just working in like a customer service job that you wouldn't even think about. So that was something that was really strong on my college application. And then I volunteered a lot of random different things at my school. So when we would have like tours to the incoming students, or placement testing, or just parent nights, just random things that the school did, and I volunteered for that. So that was kind of like a good way to show that I was involved at school, that I knew people, that I had like connections, stuff like that. And then my last thing that I did was I was the co-editor of my school newspaper for 2 years. That one I just kind of fell into. It just kind of happened. And so I was able to send links to the stories that I wrote and some of the work, like the articles that I worked on for my school newspaper, in with my college application. And that was kind of like a supplemental thing to show like, here's some hands-on proof of something that I've done, some writing work that I have that I can show you. So if you can do something like that and send that to colleges, that's such a strong point. So moving on to grades, I never really thought I was like at the top of my class. Like I was kind of like floating in the middle, because I was never like valedictorian level, and I wasn't really like at the bottom. Like I cared a lot about my grades in high school, so I felt like I was just kind of floating in the middle somewhere, and I myself never thought I was spectacular. But also when it comes to college applications, grades are grades. You know, your grades, your GPA, what you got in English class sophomore year, isn't going to determine whether or not a school lets you in. You are your own individual, and that's what the school wants to see. I mean, they're going to want to see your grades because they want to know that you worked hard and that you can like participate in academic rigor, obviously, but it's not going to be the one deciding factor, because if you have a 4.0 GPA, so does everyone else that's applying to the school. So what's really important is what you do outside of your grades, but this is just what I got for my grades. So I graduated high school with a 3.91 GPA. That was my weighted GPA. My unweighted was probably like, I want to say like 3.75 maybe, something around that. So it wasn't like incredibly good, but it also wasn't, you know, like it definitely showed that I tried, but it wasn't like, you know, I'm not 4.0 material, basically is what I'm trying to say. I got a 30 on the ACTs. I took the ACTs twice, and I took the SATs once. I don't even remember what I got because it was so low that I was just like, okay, I'm not going to send that score. So I took the ACTs twice. The first time I got a 28, and then I really wanted a 31 on my ACT, but I ended up getting a 30. I'm still kind of mad about it, but you know, it's okay. I got in. It doesn't matter. And then I took 4 AP classes. I took AP Bio, AP Spanish, AP United States History, and AP European History. Yikes. So I took AP Bio my senior year, and that was probably a mistake because senioritis hit real hard. Let's just say that. Senioritis is a real thing. And once you start going down that path of not really caring anymore, it's really hard to come back from that. So I graduated my senior year grades. I had all A's except for AP Bio, which was totally my fault because it was probably the only class that I had to actually put real effort into, and I just didn't. But I got like a B+ or something, so it was not like I failed, but it was just like, you know, I probably should have tried a little harder or not taken it my senior year. But yeah, I got a 3 on that exam. I got a 4 on the AP Spanish exam. I got a 5 on the AP US exam. And then I got a 3 on the AP Euro exam. You self-report all of your AP scores on the Common App. So I don't know if you technically have to send them, but if you did well on them, you should probably say that you did well on them, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what I did for my grades. And like I said, your grades aren't going to be the defining thing that lets you into a school. You know what I mean? Because everyone that is applying to Boston University has, you know, 3.9 GPA, got a 31 on the ACTs, like did all this stuff that makes them look like the perfect candidate. But on paper, it's just numbers, you know, and that's all a college sees. So you definitely have to have more than just good grades to get in. So when I was applying to colleges, I knew exactly what I wanted to go for. I'm a marine science major and I'm minoring in environmental science, and that's what I looked for in every college I applied to. So I knew exactly what I was going to that school for, if that makes sense. And I can't speak to people who are like undecided or like have a certain idea of what they want to do but don't know for sure. This is just like what I did, where I was very certain that I wanted to be a marine biologist when I graduated. And that is still true 2 years in. So I knew exactly what I was applying for, and that came through in my personal statement and in my supplemental essays for the schools that had supplemental essays. The way the Common App works is you have like your one personal statement, your essay that you send to all the colleges that you apply to. And then each individual college might have like a supplemental essay or like more information about me, stuff that can kind of help your cause a little bit if you don't feel like your Common App essay kind of covered all the bases for you. So for my personal statement essay, I wrote about my name, Coretta, and what that means to me, because I'm named after Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s wife, and so that has kind of a lot of weight on it to be named after like one of the greatest civil rights leaders in the country, you know? So I kind of wrote about what effect that has had on me and how that's caused me to seek out leadership roles and what kind of weight that has on me and my community. And that, I worked very hard on that essay, and I wish I still had it. I really don't have it anymore, and that's like really, it hurts me. Yeah, so that's what I wrote for my personal statement. But I think the one thing that really got me into BU, that really put me like a step ahead, was my supplemental essay. Because I wrote, the question was something like, what about BU makes you want to go here? Or like, why do you want to go to BU? Simple like that. And you don't want to say like, oh, it's a city school, I love the city, I love Boston, blah, 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 blah. Don't say something that literally anyone else could say. Say something that's true to the heart. Like, why do you really want to go to this school? For me, I wrote about the Boston University Marine program. And that was honestly the one thing that made me really want to go to Boston University. So what I think really helped is I went to the website, the program website, and I like, not word for word, obviously because that's plagiarism, but like you could tell in my writing that I knew the program, that I knew that's why I wanted to come here, and I included things that were like mentioned on their website that I've heard professors say in like various talks that I've gone to, various emails I've received, stuff like that, that shows that I've really been paying attention to that program, if that makes sense. So being specific about why you want to go to the school, to Boston University in this case particular, is very, very important. But that's just what I did. Again, I'm only attesting to what I did, and I can only imagine that this is why I got into this school, because other than that, like, my grades weren't spectacular. I got a C in high school somewhere along the way, so I thought I was never going to get into school anywhere. But I think like the one thing, in my opinion, that made me stand out was that I knew exactly what I was going for, and I was very strongly able to communicate that. And I also went to like various not acceptance days, what are they called? Like I toured the school and I went to like events that they had, and and obviously like if you live in California, it's not going to be easy to go to those things at the school, but you have to kind of show that you're very interested in going to the school. That's basically it for what I did to get into this school. I would just say, overview, your personal statement and your supplemental essays are probably the most important thing when applying to school besides your grades. Second of all, your grades are important, but it's just everyone's going to have basically the same grades as you. So don't really freak out about it, you know? It's not the most important thing. And third of all, extracurriculars that show that you're a well-rounded person and that you have either like stuck to one thing for a long time, or shows that you have tried your hand at a lot of different things, so you've picked up lots of different skills through various activities. That's probably going to help you a lot. And so the one final thing that I have to say is that don't go into college applications thinking you have to make yourself look the best you can so that these schools accept you. Think about it as, this is the school that I want to go to because I know that they are going to help me. Because when it comes down to it, it is your college experience, not theirs, if that makes any sense. So you want to go to the school that will help you the most, not that you can help them the most. So you want to be looking out for yourself first and foremost, and don't apply to a school just because it has like a great name or it's prestigious or like your friends are going there. You know, go to the school that will do the best for you. And that's the best advice that I can give you. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned a lot, and I really wish you guys good luck on all of your college applications. I know it's a very stressful time, but trust me, relax. It'll all be okay once you get through it. Thanks for watching. Bye.